This hangout is now live on air. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Keithy Broome here in an extremely hot Brisbane. Been 36 degrees today. It's going to be that for the rest of the week. And hot is good because prices are hot, living is hot, everything's hot and good. Just two of us on the panel tonight. Now, we're joined by Paul Weeks, as we normally are down in Melbourne. Good to have you on board today. How's things? You've actually gone south for a couple of days to another state of Australia. So you're down in Victoria. How's things down there, mate?
Well, I got all rugged up this morning when we hopped on the plane at 8 o'clock because they said it was going to be 22 and blowy in Melbourne. So we got all rugged up. So we flew 2,600 kilometres from home. And we arrived here and it was 23 degrees and it's been an absolutely beautiful afternoon. It's now 24 degrees at, 8 o'clock at night here in Melbourne. What a beautiful state this is.
But you wouldn't want to live there, mate. Queensland's the place.
No, back to the Gold Coast tomorrow.
Very, very good. And that's what it's all about, earning money online, is having the choice to live where you want to and enjoy your life. G'day to Connie from the Netherlands. She's online as she normally is. Fantastic to have you on as well, Connie. What we'd like to do tonight is just go over basically why we're in this business with Swiss Gold Global behind me there, building generational wealth. What's it all about? New people on the call, or even people who are just not quite sure how to explain to the people that are showing interest in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency of actually how it works and what we do. And the easy answer is we do nothing and earn money, which is the best part. We got Robbie from Belgium. So we've got an international bunch of people listening to us today, which is fantastic. Swiss Gold Global started in 2008. So next month, around about the 15th, I think it is, about 4 weeks from now, Bill Rao started his own company 10 years ago. Now, if you want to get stability and join a business that you can put your faith and put your trust in, then 10 years in business is a pretty good yardstick of how long you've been going. And we've got hundreds of thousands of customers who've bought and sold gold and silver with Bill since 2008. And in November 2016, after about a year and a half of research, Bill decided to go into business with Genesis Mining, the biggest altcoin and Bitcoin miners outside of China. They've got all the big mining farms inside China. Genesis Mining, who now have 2 million members, the biggest outside. About 10% of the market. They don't show up on the mining pool pie charts. You've seen that pie chart, haven't you, Paul?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, they don't show up. You're right.
No, they don't show up for a privacy purpose. They just want to keep everything a little bit kosher there, is what Bill has told us. So they've got about 10% of the market. 2017, massive year for them, turned over $1 billion. 2016, they turned over $100 million. So that really gives members of our company an insight, and people are looking to join Swiss Gold Global, of why people are so interested in mining. Why are they so interested? Because the main supply of ours has gone up 10 times in their business. So whatever business you're involved in now, if you're working for a company, or you've got your own small business, or you're in a partnership with 3 or 4 people, or you're working for a multinational, and all of a sudden in a 12-month period, their business goes up 10 times, then you'll know what sort of pressure comes on. You'll know how everyone just gets, the work rate just goes up. It's just an amazing thing. Now, cryptocurrency in all forms, from Bitcoin all the way through to 15 or 1600 coins that are on the market now, has just exploded in the last couple of years. Really, really exploded. And no more so than Bitcoin. And it took off from back in 2016 at $600 for a Bitcoin to 20,000 American. It got to about, what did it hit here in Australia, Australian dollar wise, Paul? Was it 25,000?
Yeah, just over 25,000.
25,000, yeah. and then it's come back to reality. It's had an adjustment which is always predicted by a lot of people who sort of know what they're doing, because there are no. Do you know any real experts, Paul, in Bitcoin or cryptocurrency?
I'm only looking at the leaders that have been in and around from around about 2009. I ran into a fellow the other day who actually wrote a book about how to become a millionaire with Bitcoin, and he wrote that book back in 2008.
Oh, before it went live.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, there are some people with a bit of knowledge, but majority of people are guessing, really. They're saying, oh, it's going to be this, going to be that. A lot of people predicted, because of the sharp rise to $20,000 US, that it'd have to be a correction. And as Bill Rowell, the owner of our company, pointed out last Monday night, and on the call I was with him on Wednesday, that the exchange that opened up in Chicago in December, a lot of mainstream money has come into the futures trading, and that's had an effect because people have taken their profits, and they've taken their profits, and the price has dropped. So the price, as we speak now, $8,811 US, a little over 10,000 Australian. It's gone up by 9.68% in the last 24 hours. So it's hovering around the 9,000. If it breaks through the 10,000 and stabilizes there, I think then it'll go again to 11, 12, 13, 14, 15,000. I'm sure that's what will happen. G'day, Alan. Alan Cope, your friend Paul from the Gold Coast. He's watching, which is fantastic. So I think the correction has happened. Now people are sort of stabilizing and trying to work out what's going on, but staying in the game, and they've stopped selling. So I think a few people are buying now, which is a good thing. So Bitcoin itself is the #1 cryptocurrency. It's been around the longest. And we always talk about the 3 ways you can earn Bitcoin. Once you earn Bitcoin, you can keep that in your Bitcoin wallet and then sell that for your local currency. An example, for Australian dollars. So if I got 2 Bitcoin at $10,000 each, I've got $20,000 worth of Bitcoin sitting in my Bitcoin wallet, but it's only $20,000 if I sell it and take it back to my Commonwealth Bank account here in Australia. Otherwise, it's just 2 Bitcoin sits there forever and ever and ever. So it's only realized when you sell your Bitcoin to the local currency at the local price of the day. So you can just buy Bitcoin and hold it. It's the #1 way to increase your value of Bitcoin when the price goes up. You can buy Bitcoin, then open an account with a trading platform and actually use that Bitcoin and move it to the trading platform and buy and sell your Bitcoin as the price of it goes up and down. So that's the second way, and you can do that automatically with trading bots or automatic trading algorithms, or you can do it manually yourself. Yep. And the third way is you can be involved in Bitcoin mining computer power, and that's the Bitcoin mining computers that run the Bitcoin network, just like any major organization has computers running its network. And so with Bitcoin in 2008, 2009, people started getting their own computers at home. Like Paul and I would have a computer. We'd just plug it into the internet and be connected to the Bitcoin network. And we'd be paid some fees on the transactions that were done with Bitcoin users. And we'd be paid, because we're a miner doing all the work, we'd get some Bitcoin for doing that as well. So we would make a bit of a living back then. But you'd have to buy the computer. Nowadays, a decent size Bitcoin mining rig, they call them, is around about $3,000 to $4,000.
Yes.
So you don't really realize your return for about the first 10 to 12 months. A lot of people are saying. Do you know anyone, Paul, who's actually got a Bitcoin mining computer?
Yes, I do actually. There's a fella in Sydney. I won't mention his name, but he's been doing it for about the last 2 or 3 years, and successfully. He's got his own little farm in Parramatta in New South Wales, and next time I go to Sydney, he's invited me to come out and have a look. So he's one of a few, or only one that I know of, is actually doing it from his own home.
Yeah. So he's got like a room set up, and he's got a couple of computers, and then
he's got a shed, and he's actually using solar power, and he's bought he's been working on this project for probably three years now, and so successfully, or maybe he's just showing people this is how you can mine it if you're doing it from home.
Yeah, right. Oh, that's definitely an option for people. It does take a bit of cash up front to do that. Now, the other alternative, I looked at mining and the rigs and everything. And you can buy cheap ones for $1,500. You buy better ones for $2,000, $3,000, $4,000. I was introduced to Swiss Gold Global 9 + 4, 13 months ago by one of our leaders in Swiss Gold Global about the prospect of just buying contracts in computer power and having someone else run the computers for you. And it took me a while to get my head around. It took me about 4 months before I decided to join Swiss Gold Global. And then I started buying Bitcoin mining contracts and Ethereum mining contracts. And the backbone of the idea of that is that Genesis Mining, who we buy our contracts through with Swiss Gold Global, they have all the computers, they run them, they pay the electricity, they pay the staff, they maintain them, and they get all the income from the transaction fees, plus being paid by the blockchain for the Bitcoin for running the network through their particular computers. And from that revenue gain, they pay out a daily reward per contract. Now, I bought hundreds of contracts now. I've been buying contracts for nearly 9 months. And so I've been paid every day on those contracts. And that's the best thing that I like, Paul, is the 4 favorite words of mine are part-time passive income, where I don't have to do anything. All I do is buy the contracts, and I actually earn a reward every day without having to do anything. It's all done by Genesis Mining, then paid through Swiss Gold Global into my account here in Australia. And this is the whole reason the last 2 years that this whole industry of mining has exploded, because people have just realized the basic fact is, if I was to say to you, Paul, buy a $30 US contract, now they're $35.80, buy a contract, then get paid every day into your wallet here in Australia, and all you have to do is nothing. Would you be interested in something like that?
Yeah, well, that's how you started off and do it. And I did the same. I've been into it for 210 days myself, and then realized that that mining was certainly the stability that would give me my part-time passive income. And then I built it up to the stage where you'd have enough what we call terahash in the Bitcoin side to be able to get 0.005 a day, because that's what it pays out when it gets to that into your wallet, as you know. And that's what you get each day when you get it up to around about, I think, 50 terahash in Bitcoin.
Yeah, that's interesting. That there's a third-party calculator that we use for all members, and that's it's called cryptocompare.com. But if you just type into Google Crypto Compare Calculator, and you can go to that calculator and click on the BTC, which I'm on now, type in 50, and then drop down menus TH/S, terahash, hashing power. Power consumption 0, because Genesis Mining do it for us. Cost per kilowatt, we don't have to worry about that. Genesis do that, so 0 there. And the pool fee percentage, 0 in there. So on today's live stats of $8,775 American, 50 terahash will give you $38.38 American. Now, I believe this figure, Paul, is based on all mining companies across the world. This is not based on just Genesis Mining. Now, as Bill pointed out, they're the most efficient mining company that he knows.
Yes.
They set their rigs up, they source their components, the most efficient components. They make sure that their operation is the most efficient. So they may have better profit rewards per day than what shows here. But we can go on $38.38. And then you take about 30% out for maintenance fee. and then convert that into Australian, you probably end up around about the same dollars, around about $35, $36 a day in Australian dollars for 50 terahash. But that's returning your money. When I first started, my return for my contracts took about 11 months. When Bitcoin went to 20,000 and the rewards were better, it was 4.5 months to get a $35.80 contract back for your $35.80 back. 4.5 months. That is unbelievable.
Yes, very much so.
But still, 11 months is unbelievable, because then it's open-ended contracts. They just keep going on and on for another year, another 2 years, another 3 years, another 4 years. Once you've bought that computer power in those contracts, they're yours, unless it becomes unprofitable for Genesis Mining to mine a Bitcoin. Now, what did Bill say? What was the figure for Genesis to mine one Bitcoin, Paul?
It's cost between $1,000 and $1,300.
Okay, around about $1,000, $1,300. Okay, so obviously the return for one Bitcoin, well, it's 8,775.
That makes it very profitable. Because you remember back in September, Bitcoin was only $3,000.
Yeah.
Okay, and we were mining then, and we were still making a lot better than bank interest then. How much are we making better than bank interest today?
Correct. And that's the big thing that a lot of people sort of forget about. Once you get involved in Bitcoin mining, you see the money rolling in all the time, and you forget about what you've actually got here. Was it the goose that laid the golden egg?
Well, yeah.
We struggled for years and years trying to earn an hourly wage to have $200 or $300 spare at the end of the week after paying all our bills, and putting physical energy or mental energy into working for someone or a company. And yet we can just buy contracts and get paid every day without doing anything. And yet people still complain about the rate of return. That's what shake me. I can't believe that people are doing nothing, but they're still complaining about the rate of return is going down. And you still get your money back at this stage within 12 months. It's
I think we said we were working on her about 5.5 to 6 months.
Yeah.
Even at today's rate of about $10,500. So if that rate increases up to when Bill said the other day, 13,000 would be American would be a good spot for Bitcoin to be.
Yeah, absolutely. So the opportunity is just absolutely fantastic about what we have right now with our contracts running. Now, there's a lot of, as I said before, experts. If anyone's got a question, by the way, people watching, there's quite a few watching, just drop us a line, just throw in a question or two. Hopefully we can answer them for you. That if it stabilises, like Bill says, the opportunity that could do up to around the 13,000 mark, there, our earnings are good. We've got a whole bunch of contracts going live in 16 days from now, the 28th of February, if not before. Can't wait for that day. That's an absolutely, I reckon it could be a perfect storm that Bitcoin could be back up there, Paul, the next 2.5 weeks. And the contracts come live. Crossing all fingers, toes, and arms and legs and everything, mate. But I think, the 28th is going to be fantastic for a lot of Swiss Gold Global members because they've been patiently buying contracts over the last couple of months. I think they started in November. I just checked my account today. My first one that I bought would have been late October, early November.
Yeah, late October. And also remember that when we did buy them, and just for some unknown reason, a lot of people, contracts went live. I know some people that bought contracts in January this year, and they went live straight away.
Yeah,
they didn't have to wait till the 28th of February.
Yeah, correct. There's a few people I know as well that have got a few live contracts that they bought that were supposed to go live on the 28th of February. So the bulk, well, you could see that warehouse, the mining farm that Genesis got in Sweden. Sweden is absolutely massive. And as Bill said, there is a huge amount of Bitcoin mining power just in that one facility that they'll open the 28th of February. Now, the other exciting thing is they've got other multiple farms on the go, as well as what Bill has alluded to mid-year to the end of the year regarding Swiss Gold Global and Genesis with projects coming up. So there's more things on the go coming up, as well as the e-money license that Genesis have.
Yeah.
They'll be able to be their own wallet, create their own wallet, which would be fantastic. But they've got to get that in place. A lot of stuff to get in place for that. So the part-time passive income and the earning $35 a day if you've got 50 terahash is all something that people can aim for and build on week by week. And if you go to Swiss Gold Global right now and go to buy hash power, which I'm doing right now, and there it is. There's Bitcoin, Ethereum, Zcash, and Monero contracts available right now to buy that will go live on the 28th of February, the Bitcoin ones. Ethereum, Zcash, and Monero go live straight away. The Bitcoin ones will either say 28th of February or the 15th of March, which is only a couple of weeks away. So you can still buy them now, folks, $35.80 US. So if you want to get started and get paid in 16 days, whoa, 2.5 weeks, Paul.
Wow. Yeah.
You know, when you get really excited, Christmas is coming up. Well,
yeah.
Christmas has just changed the date to the 28th of February for a lot of people.
Yeah, that's right. But Bill did say, and you did ask the question of him on Wednesday, I think Bill goes to Germany tomorrow and is speaking to Genesis, and he might come back with some really good news that these might go early. Yeah,
that's right. Such a great relationship with Bill and Claudia, our presidential affiliate ambassador, who's our #1 affiliate in the world. She's currently sunning herself in Panama for a few months. She's loving it down there. She did a hangout yesterday. Bill and Claudia do 2 hangouts a week live. So if you're a member of Swiss Gold Global, in your front office, it's listed down the side there. You just go click on and register. Just put your first name, last name, your email address, and you get a prompt to log in. And once you're logged in, you can watch the replays as well. So if you can't actually watch it live, because some of them here in Australia, 3 in the morning or 5 in the morning, you can just put your first name, you click on the link in your back office and register first name, last name. Then you get an email prompting you to go in. And once it's recorded, you can just click on that link and watch it when you want to. So there's no reason not to hear the owner at least twice a week, because they do question and answers. They present the company and then they do talk about what's going on in the business world, and then they take question and answers, and normally only lasts about 40 minutes, a little bit less than what we do normally, Paul. So
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Now, we
get carried away a little bit here in Australia because we're so excited about the 28th of February.
Yeah, that's right. So it's 24 minutes now. We'll try and keep it to around about 30 minutes today for people who are on. Zcash and Ethereum live on the 15th. Connie just told us, give me an update. So I'll just go in here and Zcash. It might have mining starts on the 30th of 4th. So Zcash is sold out. They're pre-selling Zcash now. It says 30th of April for Zcash. Well, there you go. That's only happened in the last day or two. Let's go to another one. And what did Connie say? Monero or Ethereum? Oh, Ethereum's gone now, 30th of the 4th.
Wow.
So really? That's only just happened. Thank you, Connie. There you go. Yeah, the 30th, 30th of April. Thank you, Connie. We're all on the ball here. G'day, Tomo. How you go, Linda? G'day, how you going? Connie in the Netherlands. Now, she's doing a fantastic job of spreading the word. She does English videos on YouTube. She also does Dutch videos on YouTube. So well done, Connie, for doing all that. And hopefully your business is going well, because if you talk to people about Swiss Gold Global, that's the other great thing, just as a free customer, and 80% of people in Swiss Gold Global are free customers.
Yeah.
You can talk to people and they can join you in your team, and you get 2.5% commission in computer power added to your own total. So whatever your people in your team buy contracts in whatever currency it is, you get that computer power added to your total. So if you've got some Bitcoin accounts yourself, contracts, and you've got, say, 10 terahash, and then somebody buys one contract, then you get 0.025, something like that, I think, added to your
0.025,
added to your total, just for talking to people, introducing, so you get a few extra cents in return, but paid every day, ongoing with Bitcoin as open-ended. Absolutely fantastic. The other thing we want to cover just before we finish off is that obviously we are in the box seat, and we're trying to find out the legitimacy of the what we said the other day about there's only 22.8 million Bitcoin wallets worldwide. And I've looked at a few, I've Googled it, and it seems to come up with that figure, around about that figure, which is staggering, really. There's only 23 million actual accounts created. Bitcoin's pre-order, Tomo, just to jump in, Ethereum and Connie's answered, just everything but Monero. That's because everyone's on the boat now. Everybody wants these contracts. So remember that Genesis Mining, they didn't have Bitcoin. They have Ethereum now. They didn't have, I'll just go to Genesis Mining, give you a live update. It's a great thing about technology, Paul. We can just go live whatever we want. Genesis, out of stock. Bitcoin, out of stock. Dash Mining, out of stock. Ethereum, in stock. Now, just on Ethereum, you can only buy 40 mega hash, but 40 contracts. They don't sell single. There's limited pre-sale as well. Limited pre-sale. So they don't seem to be selling the $37 contracts like we are. So that's interesting. Litecoin, out of stock. Monero, out of stock. And Zcash, limited pre-sale. Now I'll just go to here. Yeah, you can only buy 200 hash or $530 worth. So the starter, so they're not selling the small contracts like we are. So Bill must have a really, really good deal with, so I'll go to Zcash here, and yeah, you can buy $47.99 for a Zcash, as opposed to $500 odd with Genesis Mining. So with our relationship, you can slowly build your mining computer power contracts, slowly, one contract at a time with Swiss Gold Global. And that's the beauty about part-time passive income. You can be building just slowly as you go, for as little as $35.80, which is about 45 Australian dollars for Australians listing. Now, the other exciting news we want to talk about, just to finish off, is Bitcoin Cash. It's currently number 4 on the CoinCap ratings of how much money's been traded, bought and sold. Bitcoin Cash number 4, $21 billion so far. It's currently trading at 1,286 American dollars, 1286. Call it 1,300. A lot of people say that's going to go up 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, possible, because the blocks transactions are faster than Bitcoin. Is there another Bitcoin fork coming up? Probably. Bitcoin's nearly climbed to 10% the last. It's up 38, 87, 34. So it's climbing towards 9,000 again. Ethereum's up. It's all green. The top, I'll just go down. The top 17 coins are all green. Good. In the green, which is, we love green, Paul. That's my favorite color now, Paul. Green. My favorite
color. I think I'll back the Raiders. I might get on the Canberra bandwagon.
Canberra Raiders, because they're green.
Right? They're green.
Or if you're in America, the Green Bay Packers or something like that. Or I'll just eat green vegetables from now on. No,
you need to.
No carrots or no oranges or nothing. Just celery, avocados are green. Yeah. Come on, people, help me out. What else is green we can eat?
Broccoli.
Broccoli, yeah, that's right. Broccoli.
Brussels sprouts.
Brussels sprouts. You are kidding, aren't you, mate? Beans. Love the old steamed beans with a bit of butter on the top and a bit of cracked pepper.
Nice.
That's really nice. So anything green in your veggies. ETH is 38 on Genesis, so slightly high we are, yeah. Okay, fantastic. It's all good. We're getting some great feedback. They got one bloke, Doug, who's up in, Linda, St. Patrick's Day coming up. Absolutely brilliant. That's right. We love leprechauns. We love the Irish. Everything's green. It's all
green,
top of mind. Absolutely fantastic. So Bitcoin Cash. Now, Swiss Gold Global have indicated through Genesis Mining they're going to start mining Bitcoin Cash because Genesis are a smart company. They only mine coins that they believe have real value to the world. So they've got 6 at the moment: Bitcoin, Dash, Ethereum, Litecoin, Monero, and Zcash. They're going to introduce Bitcoin Cash, but that's about 2 to 3 months away yet. But obviously it's on the horizon. So it'll be interesting to see what the contract size of Bitcoin Cash contracts are when they come out, whether they're $40, $42, if they're a 2-year contract, if they're open-ended. Is that something you'd be interested in, Paul? And also people watching, would you be interested in Bitcoin Cash? Just drop a comment in there. Paul, yourself?
I definitely would be interested in the Bitcoin Cash. It's got a pretty good record, and the man behind Bitcoin Cash seems to be a pretty smart operator. As you said before, the speed of Bitcoin Cash versus Bitcoin is like 60 versus 7, and they've got some really good new ideas coming out with Bitcoin Cash. So yeah, it looks a very interesting coin.
Yeah. Okay, mate. Yeah. Well, it's obviously it started. When did Bitcoin Cash come out? That was the 1st of August. Is that when that one came out? Or was that Bitcoin Gold?
Oh no, it would have been Bitcoin Cash was the last positive fork.
Yeah, positive fork. So yeah, I think August the 1st or August the 6th, something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's something on the horizon. Plus the e-money license that Genesis Mining have, plus all the stuff that's coming up between Swiss Gold Global and Genesis in the middle of the year, which Bill's going to allude to. There's some exciting things happening in our space, yet still we're in the minority. This is what I can't really believe, that it's now sort of hit mainstream TV as far as getting a mention every now and again. At least once a week I've seen it on TV. I've seen it all the place online. I spoke to a guy last night who knows nothing. He sort of knows a little bit about Bitcoin, and he opened a Bitcoin wallet and put $300 in. He opened a CoinJar wallet, but unfortunately didn't realize he had to move it from cash account into Bitcoin. So it's been sitting there for 4 months as cash, not as Bitcoin. So he's missed out on a bit of profit there. But he must have signed up his email address to somebody, because he started getting emails. And I had a coffee with him last night, and he said, Keith, and he showed me his phone, and he had an email from somebody, the Bitcoin something, I can't remember the name of the company, that you have $8,752 in Bitcoin to receive. And he said, that's what he said. He said, how do I get that money, Keith? I said, have you ever got one of those emails, Paul, where someone's trying to give you money?
No, not in Bitcoin. In other currencies I have, but I have heard of it. A guy at the golf club the other day, he was a retired policeman from New Zealand, and he showed me on his phone that you have to collect here $8,000. So I don't know if it's coming from Nigeria or where it's coming from, but no, I've never had one.
Is anyone watching, have they received any of these emails? Have you received any emails, you folks watching, saying you've got Bitcoin to collect? This guy thought it was legit. He was just really worried how he could get his money. And I said, we're sitting having a coffee in this coffee shop. That person serving coffee you think they're going to offer you $8,700, or this person over here, do you think they're going to offer you $8,700? I said, mate, this is not the real world. It's all about people taking advantage of other people, which is very, very unfortunate. But what we've got in front of us is emerging technology. As Bill says, he says it's disruptive, it's up and down, it's up and down. We've just got to sit tight. We've got to be in the box seat of buying our contracts. I believe that the blockchain technology will be adopted by people as we go along in the next 12 to 24 months. There will be more and more people start opening Bitcoin accounts, Bitcoin wallets. And when they do, they will buy Bitcoin. And when people are buying Bitcoin, the price will go up. As I said on a Facebook Live, I said that a couple of weeks ago, Paul, if 5 million people bought $50 worth of Bitcoin, that price would just shoot straight up again. Because people would see people buying, and the price going up. Well, let's buy. Let's buy Bitcoin while it's on the way up, so we can sell when it gets really high. So, and that's something we could all do. We could maybe, it's an impossible thing to get 5 million people to do the same thing unless you're a movie star or a music star, whatever that is. But you know, there must be some sort of spark that someone can create, and it maybe need some big international leader say that Bitcoin is fantastic and people should just buy $20 or $50 to get in the game, and all of a sudden people would do that. Now, just to finish off, there are a number of big companies and corporations getting involved in Bitcoin that you've told me about. There's countries starting to open up. There's states in the US. Now, you told me about the state in the US, didn't you, Paul?
I did. I had a talk with a fellow from the United States, and Arizona is the first state that is encouraging everybody to get on board with cryptocurrency. The bills have been passed, and there are more bills to be passed, but they want to be the state that knows all about cryptocurrency. So Arizona's the first. I said to him, what do you think will happen after that? Will there be more states? He said, yes, more states will follow. And lo and behold, the SEC have come on board with cryptocurrency. So America is becoming strongly aligned to cryptocurrency.
Well, you would think they would be. It's just a bit of FUD around FUD. What's FUD mean? I keep forgetting what FUD means.
It's
fear, uncertainty, and
that's it. Yeah.
What's the third one? D. Yeah, whatever it is. FUD. Fear, uncertainty, and someone help us out. FUD. Fear, uncertainty, and starts with D. FUD. There's a lot of FUD around the world, and unfortunately, that takes up a lot of people's energy by believing that FUD.
Doubt is the other one.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, it is. Robbie, you're spot on, mate. Well done, our team watching. Fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Unfortunately, majority of people look at things that negative or half glass, half empty, not half full. And it's half empty. My life is half empty. Whatever on the news is half empty. Everything's FUD, FUD. If we can get over that little hurdle and get people buying Bitcoin, even in small amounts, then this particular cryptocurrencies will be adopted by millions and millions of more people over the next 2 years. There'll be more and more wallets created, more and more fiat currency comes into the cryptocurrency space, and all this green we see on coincap.io will just keep going green, as not so much tear away like Bitcoin did, but slowly and gradually, just methodically go up in price, which for us as miners is a great return for us and gives us that part-time passive income, which we really, really love. Because we love doing nothing, Paul, don't we?
We love waking up every day and getting that email to say that you have just had a deposit into your wallet.
Yep.
Yes, every day.
Fantastic, fantastic. Well, thank you, Paul. from coming to us live from Melbourne. Enjoy your time down there, and be good to see you back on the Gold Coast, mate. The beautiful one day, perfect the next.
Be back there tomorrow. Be back there tomorrow. Hopefully it won't be 36 degrees, please.
Yeah, no, it's going to be there like that for the next 4 or 5 days. It's February here, folks. If you're not quite familiar with weather, it's pretty hot all the time, but particularly at this month, December, January, February, it gets really, really hot. So it's in the high 30s all this week. You can tell by the top of my head, it's glowing red. I did slap on, I put my hat on, but I did take it off shortly, and I really copped it on the head. So just adds to the tan. Thank you, everyone, for watching. We've had some great comments and great feedback. All the people watching these have been super, super positive, and that's the great part of our community here at Swiss Gold Global. It's a great positive community of people who are like-minded and really want to do nothing and get paid. So we'll do a real short one today. It's fantastic. Thanks very much, folks. Hopefully we can get Bill or Claudia, because it's like 4 a.m. for her, or maybe Prem Jahal on next week. But from us, it's a very good night, good morning or good afternoon, wherever you are. Have a fantastic week, and we'll see you very, very soon. Stay safe. Bye-bye.